I tested out 200 AI tools to find the best one for musicians. Here is a list of my top 10, and if you stay to the end, I'll reveal my favorite one. There's been a lot of AI songs going around at the moment, like the one Drake featuring The Weeknd that went super viral. That song was made using this tool right here, Sovit's SVC. SVC stands for singer voice conversion, and it does just that. You upload an audio file and then essentially it just turns that audio file into a different voice. I can tell you now the interface for this tool is a bit confusing. It's not user-friendly at all. But if you have the patience, you can definitely make something really special. Here's a vocal sample that I found.
I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip.
I uploaded it to SVC to make it sound more like Drake. And then after converting it, this is how it sounds now.
I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip.
I mean, that does definitely sound like Drake. And now with a little bit of mixing, a bit of tools on there, and a beat underneath it, we have a Drake song.
I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip. I'ma bust it, I'ma hit, I'ma have to bust the clip.
That actually sounds quite sick. Next up on my list is play phrase. On this website, you type in any phrase, for example, I love music, and what it does, it scans through movies and finds scenes where this phrase is said. This could be really cool for samples, but also beat tags. I want to try and make a beat tag for myself. Let's type in ocean.
So how would you know an ocean from a lake?
Sounds really cool for a beat tag. So after tidying up that vocal clip with a bit of EQ, with a bit of reverb, just a bit of compression, this is what we got now.
Ocean.
That's really cool for a beat tag. I might have to use that one. Next up, we have lalao.ai, and this allows you to break a song down into stems. I use this tool a lot when I'm sampling. I might hear a track, might hear a song, I like the melody, but maybe I want to just take the melody and not have the drums in the background. So then I'll use lalao to separate everything out. I created a tech house remix using this song right here. But from that sample, I only wanted the bass and the vocals. So I dragged the audio file into lalao, waited for it to finish processing, and then now lalao has split it into specific parts. So here we can hear
All the girls standing in the line for the bathroom.
just the vocals right there, and then in this part, it seems like it's taken out the vocals and it's just got the instrumental. Sometimes you can hear there's a bit of crossover with the frequencies and it's not super clear, but once you put some effects on it, it can sound really, really cool, really, really nice. Just like what I did with this track right here.
Girls standing in the line for the bathroom. All the girls standing in the line for the
That sounds sick. So as you can see, lalao can be really good for sampling, for beat tags, for remixes. It's a really useful tool. Next up on my list is tone transfer. With this tool, you can use your voice to make melodies and then turn them into actual instruments. Let me show you how it works. I have a melody idea in my head and I'm just gonna voice note record it. Let's take that melody idea and I'm gonna upload it into tone transfer. And then we can turn that melody idea into a flute. Let's hear how that sounds. That really doesn't sound too bad. I kind of like that. You can choose a saxophone, you can choose a trumpet, you can choose a violin. They even got some parameters like the mix, the octave if you want to play around with that. But out of all these instruments, I think the flute one sounds quite cool. So let's go ahead and run with that one. As usual, with a few touches, I put some effects on it and I've turned it into a beat. This is what we got now. Tone transfer can be really, really useful if you want to take melodies that you have in your head and turn them into ideas really, really quickly, especially if you can't play the flute, the sax, and you just want that sound really quickly. Next up on my list, we've got Midjourney, which is a tool you can use to generate images. So let's say you're about to drop a song, you want to release it on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple. You're going to need an eye-catching cover. On Midjourney, you can type in a description of exactly what you want for your cover, and then it will take those words and transform them into an image. I heard that Travis Scott is dropping his album Utopia really soon, so let's go ahead and make an album cover for that. So head over to Midjourney Discord and go to any of these newbie rooms. So I'm going to type in /imagine, that's the prompt, and then let's go for the description. So I'm going to type in Travis Scott standing above a crowd of people in a utopian world, lots of green, HD, realistic, cinematic. Press enter, let's see what happens. And there we have it. We've got an album cover for Travis Scott. I can't lie, it does look quite good. I mean, considering we done this in like 2-3 minutes, if we was waiting for a graphic designer, it might take a couple of days. I personally like the top one here or the bottom one here. The next one is Lander, and in particular, their mastering tool. So usually when you finish a song, you want to get it mixed and then you want to get it mastered to just overall enhance the sound, make sure it sounds good wherever you play it. Now, mastering takes a long time to perfect. That's a whole skill set in itself. People go to university to study mastering and you need a ton of plugins to get it right. If you can't do it yourself, you could pay a mastering engineer, but that might cost a lot of money and a lot of time. So I guess this is like the next best thing. You can go over to Lander, import your track and get it mastered in a matter of minutes. So right now my one's uploading. Now it's finished analyzing everything. Let's take a listen. Before any of Lander's mastering, this is how my song sounded.
Still keep my distance, I don't let them know my next move.
But now we can put on the master. And you can hear everything just sounds a lot louder, a lot more full. The cool thing about this mastering tool, it is free to use. You can just upload your tracks and take a preview. But if you did want to download the mastered version, then I think there is a fee. Number 7 on our list is Soundful. It's a platform where you can use AI to generate complete tracks, and it's completely royalty free as well, which is really cool. It's great to use as a foundation, especially if you're feeling a bit uninspired or having some beat block. I'm on the platform now, and if we click this button right here, we can go ahead and create a track. And it gives us some options, like some genres to go through. I'm just gonna hit Latin. Let's go for emotional Latin, and then we can even change the BPM, make it faster, slower, change up the key and create a preview. And it sounds cool, it doesn't sound too bad. I got a reggaeton track that AI generated earlier, it sounds like this. It's a nice vibe, I like the chords and everything. But I think it is a little bit weak. So what I'm gonna do is download the stems, throw them into my DAW and just chop it up and play around with it. I've gone ahead and put my touches on it, added a bit more drums, filtered some stuff out, added some more stuff in, and this is what we got now. Just a little bit more vibey than before. In my opinion, the best way to use Soundful is just take that as an idea, use it as a starting point, and then just add your source to it. The next tool that is great for musicians is, of course, ChatGPT. This is probably like one of the most well-known AI tools. You can type in anything in a box and it will respond with an answer. Not just for music, you can ask it to give you a recipe, you can ask it to give you a schedule, anything literally. In a recent video, I tested the limits of ChatGPT and tried to see if it could make me a hit song. I got it to generate a chord progression for me. I played out the chords and turned it into a beat. After that, to go with the beat, I asked ChatGPT to write me some lyrics about love. I took those lyrics, I gave it to an artist, he sang those lyrics and we turned it into a full song. Ooh. Number 9 on my list is UberDuck AI. Now let's say, again, you want to use the voice of a rapper, but you don't have access to Drake or 21 Savage, and you don't want to use the other way that I showed you before, which was the SVC. You can use UberDuck as an alternative. This one's a little bit different. Instead of dragging in your audio file, you actually type in or you paste the lyrics and then it will convert it into audio. So I got my lyrics from ChatGPT. Let's paste it there. And then we have a list of rappers we can choose from. I'm gonna go ahead and choose Drake. I'm gonna synthesize. And this is what we got now.
Henry got me feeling so cold. I used to have a hug, but now it's turned to stone. She took my love and left me all alone.
It's not the best. You can hear that it definitely sounds like Drake for sure, but the quality, it's questionable. I think, of course, if we add in some reverb, some EQ, all of that kind of stuff, this could sound good. A few years ago, I used some of these voices from UberDuck to make some songs with Simon Savida.
45 on my hip, diamond on my wrist.
And if you do want to check out that video, I'm going to leave a link in the description. And the 10th AI tool in my list, and is probably my favorite on the list, is Samplet.io. It's a random sample generator that pulls songs from YouTube. So let's say you want to sample a song, but you literally have no ideas of what you want to do. You can go to Samplet.io and it's going to find you something. So let's choose some filters. For the genre, we could go for something like funky. We can go for maybe even, let's try some rock. And then we can make the BPM, let's say 135 to 150. And we can keep the views kind of small, maybe like 20,000, because we want to go for something that's maybe a bit more obscure. Not everyone has sampled this. And then let's go. Let's hit the random button and see what we can find. Jeez. That first part right there, I could definitely take that and flip that into something. There's a sample right here. I like that. That sounds like it could be something catchy for drill. I chopped it up, added some drums, and we just got a little bounce right here, just a little vibe. Easy for someone to rap on. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out this one right here where I tested the limits of AI and I tried to see if ChatGPT could make me a hit song.